Now, I know it's getting late at night. Everybody's getting ready for bed because they either got work or school or something important to do. But the thing is that this has been on my mind for the past, well, actually, since yesterday. Actually, no, for the past 24 hours. This particular thought has been on my mind. And the thing is, I've been wanting to talk about this for quite a while. I mean, I did something like this on Flicks. But the thing is, I felt like I didn't really get enough time and energy to really go into detail explaining my thoughts. And plus, I didn't feel like this particular list I did was complete. No, I didn't really have my complete gatherings exactly of how I felt within this particular situation. Now, I've gone over all over YouTube to see if there's anybody who did this exact type of stream, exact type of theme. I didn't really find anything, so I guess you can say I'm one of those first people who's willing to go live and actually give his own 5 reasons and thoughts and perspective exactly the flaws that I witness within the YouTube film community. Now, the YouTube film community, I mean, there's a lot of communities out there. There's always positives and negatives within any community on YouTube, whether it's the wrestling community, whether it's the video game community, the anime community. I already said video games, wrestling, video games, anime, animation, you name it. Bunch of different varieties. The music community, there's a bunch of pros and cons within any community here on YouTube. But specifically, since on this particular channel and what the title is, now the YouTube film community, obviously what that is that everyone has their channel. They go on camera, do a review of a movie, go on, give the positives, negatives, summary statement, and an official rating of how they feel about a particular movie, whether it's a letter grade rating or a 5 out of 5 stars like yours truly does, a 10 out of 10s, 4 out of 4s, which I don't see how that works, but okay. What else? A bunch of other things, and plus the YouTube film community, it's very simple. Plus, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Not only with that, you can do obviously reviews, lists, trailer reactions, and all that other good stuff. And a lot of those videos I named, like the trailer reactions, the reviews, the lists, a lot of that shit's fun. But the thing is that now when it comes to positives, let me get my positives out of the way before I get to the main nitty gritty here. The positive is that you get to meet so many people through the YouTube film community that you can share not only the same exact passion with movies, but fun debates about disagreements, agreements, and all that. Hear anybody else's perspective, and like I said, you get to make a bunch of new friends and share that same passion of what you love for movies. And plus, there are the folks out there who want to share that passion exactly. That they want to become a director, or just want to share the love for film, and so on and so forth. And the film community can be a lot of fun, but a lot of fun with who you do collaborations with, who you talk to, and who you have on, and so on and so forth. So that right there is like some of the main positives, is that you're sharing your love for movies and showing something that you either want to do as a career or something to do as a hobby. For me, I do this shit as a hobby because I got a full-time job, 40 plus 50, and you already know that, but we're not here to talk about that shit. But like I said, I come on here and I do this shit as a hobby because I love movies, and I joined in the fun since a lot of my other friends do this shit. So like I said, I joined in back in 2015 and officially started doing film reviews. And I managed to meet some great people along the way within the film community, and it's definitely helped me out a lot, especially when it came to Flicks, my own channel, friendship-wise, and all that other good stuff. So there's a lot of positives I managed to get out of the film community, but let me talk about the negatives I have, the flaws that I picked up within the film community. Now, you can agree with them or not, I don't care. I'm just here to express my own thoughts. So basically, here are my top 5 flaws I have with the YouTube film community. Now, Starting off my number 5, biased ratings. Now, I'm not going to bash anybody. I'm not going to really call any names because I don't do that. I'm just saying it as an overall general statement to pretty much everybody equally, including yours, including myself, because I'll probably go back and watch this and listen to myself speak of some of the shit I probably do as well. But anyways, my number 5 is biased ratings. Now, when it comes to ratings, when you give a rating to a specific movie, you have to not only be confirmed with that movie, you not only got to be confirmed with that particular rating that you give for the movie, but you got to make sure that your statements that you have for the film are confirmed, true, 100%, and make sure you back up that claim as well. But when it comes to overall rating, like I said, it's got to be 100% confirmed. Like, say for example, let me try and bring a movie up. I'm not gonna say Ready Player One because that was more of subjective viewpoints / objective mixture of both. What's a movie I can think of? What's a movie I can think of off the top? Dunkirk. There you go. I'll say Dunkirk for example. Dunkirk for me is a movie that I gave a personal 5 out of 5 to, because the thing is, I watched the movie, I managed to pick up any positives, pros and cons. No cons at all. Just a lot of pros I managed to pick up from the movie, and I managed to take everything out, and within the overall ways of how I had my summary of my notes with the positives and negatives, what was there and what was not, I make sure that when you do a rating, you got to make sure that shit is balanced out properly with what your negatives are, with what your pros are. Got to make sure that shit is balanced out properly to make sure that those notes give you your overall statement. So if it's like nothing but pros and no negatives, then 5 out of 5. Okay, and that's exactly what I gave Dunkirk, was a 5 out of 5. But the thing is, when it comes to reviews, I've seen those quite a people who've seen movies and they give some of those bias ratings saying, oh, this particular movie here was good, it was great, but it wasn't fantastic. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I do have plenty of negatives I have with very little positives. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5. So you're telling me that you have a particular movie that you gave your pros to, yet you have your negatives. So thing is, if you're saying, for example, you have more negatives than it is with pros, then you should at least give it more like a rating that's in the below average, like a 2, for example, a 2.5 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 or even lower. You just gotta look. That's the thing I have, is that you practically give your fucking movie that you have a biased rating, that you have more fucking negatives than it is with pros, and vice versa. So that is like my strong advice I can give, is that when you are doing a movie review, make sure you got to balance your shit out. Like, make sure that all your notes are balanced out. Make sure that, oh, I have more of this and that. But if it's like a dead center, like you have the same amount of pros and cons, then more like maybe a 3 out of 5, 3.25 out of 5. That's the best thing, is that you got to balance all that shit out instead of giving a biased rating. Speaking of biasness, and when it comes to those top 10 lists by the end of the year, I've seen those types of lists, and yes, I admit I am guilty for this as well, because I did it back in 2015, and I regretted that decision. I gave Mad Max Fury Road a 5 out of 5, yet I put my honorable mentions, where clearly should have been my top 5. I am guilty of that, but I learned from that mistake, is that when you are doing your top 5 of the year, any film that you do, any film that you review and you give a specific rating, make sure it is in that order by the ratings that you do. Don't be like, oh, this movie's my number 2. I gave that a 4 out of 5. Yet my number 3 is a film that I gave a 5 out of 5. Oh, the next one's a 2 out of 5. Then I gave this one a 3 out of 5. So basically, you're fucking screwing yourself up by giving movies with different ratings that you gave to a movie by putting it. See, the thing is, when you do lists like that, you got to be objective with how you rate your movies, of what you gave, your finalization of what you gave that rating to a movie. You got to make sure that it is objective, not fucking subjective, objective. So bias ratings is one of my flaws I had. All right, coming off with number 4. Now, this ain't really much for watching people. This is more like as an overall genre because I see this shit all the time, not only within the network community. Yes, I am pointing at my own group because I've seen it happen. And I have seen it not in YouTube in general. My number 4 is judging it off the trailer / haven't seen the movie. There's been plenty of people that I've seen. Now, this to me is one of the most ridiculous things within the film community is that when a trailer comes out for a movie, when you see a trailer, that right there is just a sample. It's just a sample of what the movie's going to look like when it actually comes out. Whether the trailer will be good or whether the trailer is good or bad, regardless, all it is just a sample of what the film is going to look like once it comes time to a release. Now, take it as a sampler platter. You got your fucking club sandwiches. One's ham, one's turkey, one's bacon, the other one's salami. I don't fucking know. You're trying out each sandwich to see exactly what you will like, whether the sandwich will be good or whether the sandwich will be bad. You're picking and choosing to see which sandwich that you will like before you actually go out and buy the actual full sub. Just like with a movie, you go out and you watch the trailer, see if you like it or not, and then once it comes time to viewing, maybe your viewpoints will change or not. But if you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck," I love this movie already, or yeah, this movie's gonna fucking suck, you're practically that person's is making a very big assumption that will be accurate sometimes. Will it not? I don't know. But at the same point, it depends. But if you're just judging it, like actually giving a full fucking review just by the trailer, then you're being ridiculous. Now, this is where I'm going to bring in the point where you haven't seen the movie yet. Now, on paper, a movie will give exactly the plots of what it's about, what's going to happen. And you're saying, "Oh, this movie's going to suck." So, saying that the film's going to suck just by reading what the plot is on paper, you're being ridiculous. Again, you got to at least wait until it comes out. Get a vibe from the trailer and see what exactly your thought is. Again, just don't judge it as a fucking movie. Just don't judge it as like a full blown out movie. So when it comes to trailers, if you're gonna review a trailer, watch it, pick up things that you got from that sample, things you liked of what the tastes were, what came out to you, and what you think is going to be expectation. Basically, when you are reviewing a trailer, at least have some sort of theories. At least get your brain thinking of, oh, what's going to happen in this movie? Oh, is this character going to meet somebody? Is this going to happen? Just at least theorize exactly what you think is going to happen. Again, whether it's going to be good or bad, but at least make a nice little thought in your head of what's going to transpire. See, the thing is, when I do trailers, majority of the time, I'm always just interested. Sometimes I get a negative reaction from the trailer alone. For example, I haven't uploaded yet, but the Cats trailer, I saw it and I thought the trailer wasn't good. But a couple things pop out that actually did look interesting that might be good. For example, in that trailer, I thought that the choreography at least looked a little interesting. They say, "Oh, it's going to be fucking outstanding already." No, I said it looked interesting. So the choreography in the Cast trailer might actually be something special. So again, just going to have to wait and see exactly when that comes out. But if you're saying, "Oh, this movie's going to suck already. The CGI was terrible. Oh, the choreography was bad. I'm going to give it a 0 out of 5. I've seen reviews like that from people. Wait till the fucking movie comes out. Jesus Christ. And as for those people who review it who haven't even seen the movie yet, see the movie before you start bitching. Regardless if it's gonna be bad, see the movie before you start bitching. Let me look at the chat here real quick. Anyways, Coming off of my number 3 now, this is not really with videos, but it's as an overall general statement. My number 3 are fan bases. Fan bases are something that it's like a little community where you are having a own little group, whether if it's surrounding a certain franchise or trilogy or whatever. There's always that fan base for almost everything. I'll give you some of the biggest ones. There's MCU, there's DC, there's Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of fan bases out there, and the thing is with fan bases is that there's always that one fucking idiot or a group of idiots that are just gonna bitch about almost anything. They'll just bitch and bitch and bitch about almost every little thing. Oh, this lady's panties were supposed to be pink. But they're purple. Stupid shit like that, for example, they'll bitch about. Star Wars, again, MCU. Regardless of how good Avengers Endgame was, I'll give you that for example. Avengers Endgame, that was a phenomenal movie. Again, there's fan bases out there that will just bitch about every little thing. Oh, saying Thanos. Why did he? What happened to Thanos? He wasn't supposed to go like that. You know, he was supposed to go this way because the comic book said so. The Russo brothers made you very unhappy. Well, I have an idea. Why don't you take your own Infinity Gauntlet and shove it up your ass? Now, when it comes to that, again, I'm sounding narcissistic here, but I'm just making a statement. See, fan bases, I think they're the most ridiculous thing ever when it comes to film. Because me, I always thought that's like I said in the beginning. You just go in, you watch a movie, you point out your likes and dislikes, and overall of how you feel, and that's it. Not just go around and fucking. Oh my god. This fucking. Anyways. Now I lost my train of thought. Fucking lost my train of thought because I got distracted by the goddamn chat. Wonderful. So, that was my own fault, and my mic fell. Anyways, when it comes to fan bases, at least what I thought, if you're a fan of the franchise, good, more power, and you give us all the support you give. But continuously bitching about every little thing, it doesn't really do that particular person justice in a way. It just kind of makes them look like an idiot if they're just going to go out say something that they're not satisfied with just to get a reaction out of people, or just to fucking say, just to either upset the person, or just bitch because they want to. Oh, because they're not satisfied that it didn't go their way. Well, too fucking bad. Example, like I said, Avengers Endgame did its part. It was a phenomenal movie, and I thought it did great. Oh, you're wrong. It was supposed to go like this because the comic book said so. Fuck the comic books. The Russo brothers went out. They did their thing. They did exactly what they wanted for Avengers Endgame, how they wanted to end, how they wanted it to be built. And they did a good job. A movie should be fucking based on its own thing, not by comparing it to a source or saying it should be just like the source. No, a movie is a thing that should be looked at as its own standalone thing. Fuck the source, dude. Again, fan bases will just take the source and just compare it and bitch that it wasn't just like how it was. Just be open-minded. At least be somewhat courteous and open-minded to at least look at the movie and stop bringing up the source. Look at its own thing, for Christ's sakes. Ridiculous. And by the way, this is a Blue Yeti microphone. I believe it's a Blue Yeti. Yeah, it's one of those Yeti microphones. So that right there is my number 3. All right, coming in at number 2. Now, this is my own particular, how can you say, my own personal perspective when it comes to film reviewing in general on YouTube. Now, my number 2 is what I personally believe lack of creativity and originality. Now, I'm not saying everybody's like this, because no, there are plenty of YouTubers out there who are full of creativity and originality. There's plenty of them out there. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to name names, but there are plenty of them out there, and I am subscribed to a lot of them that I personally enjoy watching because they have that charisma and bring in so many creative and original values. Now, when it comes to lack of creativity and originality, this is the negative I have. I have seen the people in the film YouTube world out there who is lacking the creativity and originality aspect. Creativity is something where you take your own ideas and you adapt it into what video that you're doing. I'm not just saying as a film community in general. I'm saying this as an overall general statement. When you have something creative, whether it's going to be entertaining or something brilliant of how you want to present yourself, bring that out, showcase it, and show exactly people, hey, this is why you should watch me. This is why you should do this. This is why you do that. And again, this is where the originality aspect comes in. It's where you take your own personality and you adapt into the creative ideas that you have, not only with the sense of humor that you show yourself on camera, but how you work with your friends. Now, thing is, I like going both ways. I like doing solo stuff, and I like doing stuff with the buddies, because the thing is, when I do solo stuff, you folks see me on this channel all the time. I'm always creative and original when it comes to all that stuff, because I show my personality. Again, making an overall statement. Now, I see a lack of personality all the time. I've seen so many well-known YouTubers out there who just sit there in front of their $2,000 camera plus their $1,000 light bulbs with their fancy ass intro, sitting there saying, "Hey guys, welcome to another movie review. Today I am going to review Boys Don't Cry because this movie's awesome. It's good. And I like to give it like a 4 out of 10 because I can." See, that's just boring to me. I've seen people out there who are full of professionalism, and I got to give them credit for the professionalism that they're able to bring to their videos. But the thing that I feel like that's missing is the personality aspect. Don't get me wrong. I give any YouTuber the credit of a doubt, bringing in the professionalism of how they present themselves, because a person can really present themselves really well and make their video look good. But when I watch them at the same time, I feel like the personalities aspect, because the thing is, when you're doing a video, for me, entertainment is the most important thing to any video, is having entertainment. Now, I can give you a guy, I'm going to name a name right now who is fucking creative when it comes to not only professionalism, but showing personality as well, mixture. Mr. Luke Nukem Movie Reviews. Yeah, I'm dropping his name down here because he is a perfect example of a guy who's not only great when it comes to professionalism of how he presents himself, but he brings his personality and makes funny quirks while doing that. It's the balance right there during his review, and he does a fantastic job with that. Shit like that, for example, is something that I see at least lacking within the film community, is that not having that balance there, bringing the entertainment aspect with the professionalism. See, the thing is, for me, if you can't have one with the other, or you're favoring one or the other, anyways, it just can't work if you're just going all with this one over that one. When it comes to reviewing, there's got to be a lot more at least some more originality and creativity values when it comes to that. Make the videos interesting, make the videos more enjoyable, make videos at least not only professional with how you present yourself, but at least entertaining, so you can make some good laughs of the people so they can be engaged. Not only hearing the words of what you're saying in review, but also throw in some jokes. Throw in your humor. Because that shit works. But if you're just doing the professionalism only, again, the review may be good, but for me personally, I just wasn't entertained. Hey, that's just me. Entertainment is the most important thing to any video, regardless no matter what. Now, let me get to my number one, and I think I'm gonna get shit for this, but you know what? I don't fucking care, because this is my number one thing that I have with the YouTube film community. My number one flaw I have with the YouTube film community is the concept of ranking videos. You're probably thinking, oh, why am I picking on ranking videos? What did they ever do to me? Well, every time I go on YouTube, again, for the fucking 1 millionth time, I'm just saying as an overall statement, not targeting nobody. It's just an overall. I see a ranking video on almost every single fucking thing. Oh, I see an updated ranking of Pixar. 2018, oh, same thing. 2019, but with a movie added. I see a ranking, 18 movies of MCU. Oh wait, next year it's gonna be 19 because this film was added into the franchise. So if you do one ranking video, that doing it once and you're like, oh shit, I fucked up. I forgot this movie because it recently came out for this franchise. I gotta do it all over again. You're wasting your own fucking time. At least when you're doing a ranking, this is my concept for a ranking video. At least be creative and organized with it. For example, if you want to do a ranking video, do it when either a film company has ended or when a franchise has ended, or wait till there's like a more of a plethora of films within the franchise or within that particular film company. For example, well, I can't really think of any film companies that come to mind right now. Anybody in the chat, throw out a film company that's no longer at least existent, that is no longer making films, because I can't think of fucking nothing right now. Because that's the only way that it can help me make my statement. So somebody just throw out a film company that is no longer making films. Okay, nobody's gonna. Okay, so anyways, I'll just look up a fucking. Okay, here you go, Stanley Kubrick. He is no Studio Ghibli's still going. Stanley Kubrick was a phenomenal director. He unfortunately passed away, and for that, no longer making movies. So if there's a director that's either retired or no longer, well, if there's a director that's retired, you can say, for example, no longer making movies, there you go. It's like a perfect example of how you should do a ranking. At least wait until either a director has retired or if a certain film franchise has ended, or wait till a film company has ended. Or if you want to do a ranking within a company that's still doing its thing, at least go by a certain decade. I'll give you a perfect example. Since I was in Studio Ghibli, if I want to do a ranking of the Studio Ghibli films, I'll specifically pick out all the ones that came out in the 1990s. A ranking of all Studio Ghibli films from the 1990s. There you go. For me, that's a good concept for a ranking video. Do I personally hate ranking videos? No, I don't, because you can get creative with them. It's just how you do it. But what I fucking hate about ranking videos today is that there has to be one for every single thing of a continuing franchise that's just going on and on and on. I don't want to see that shit. Oh, and one thing that I don't like is how there's a ranking video for just a movie that's like 3 in a franchise. I'll give you an example. The John Wick ones that came out. I've seen a lot of ranking videos from a lot of people all over YouTube just doing a ranking of all 3 of them. Why? You already know there's going to be a 4th one coming out. So you're like, oh, fuck, I got to do this shit again. So here's my all 4 John Wick movies ranked from the newest one to now. Wait till the franchise is done. Wait till the studio film companies close. If you want, like I said, if you want to continue doing a ranking, do it at least in an organized manner. Again, Studio Ghibli, ranking of all Studio Ghibli films from this particular year, from this particular decade. At least be creative and organized if you're doing a ranking video. For me, if you're just continuously doing it, redoing it over and over and over again, like how MCU is right now, they got themselves a fourth installment coming out. They got a fourth, whatever the fuck it is, a fourth installment of shit. Oh fuck, a new one's coming out. I gotta do my MCU all over again. You're wasting your own time. If you want to rank the MCU, at least go by the fucking things, the first installment. At least do ranking MCU films from the first installment. Then do second. Be fucking organized. But ranking every single one where it's a continuing series, again, wasting your own time. Oh, it's because it's marked. See, the thing is, I've done my research. I've done my homework. The reason why a lot of these come out constantly is because it's marketing. Fuck marketing. If there's people who getting paid on YouTube, okay. I can understand where a marketing factor comes into place if you're getting paid, but I'll be more than happy to support the reviews, trailer reactions, all that, not the rankings. That is like the only thing I can't support is the rankings. If it's something interesting and different, okay, I'll give it a watch. But if it's a continuing series, I am not going to watch it. It's nothing personal against the. It's nothing personal against the person. It's nothing personal against the individual. It's just against the concept of that they're using. I'm sorry, I can't stand this type of shit where it is an ongoing thing. Yeah. Oh, ranking of all MCU films from the first phase. There you go. There's an idea for a person right now. What else I can say? All John Hughes films ranked from this particular year, or so on and so forth. Again, Stanley Kubrick, Alfred Hitchcock. You can rank all their movies because, well, God bless their souls. So that right there, that's like my major number one negative comment I had to say about the YouTube film community is that I fucking hate rankings. I hate the ideal concept of a continuation of taking the ranking and just continuing an ongoing series. I'll watch the ranking if it's something creative and something organized and original. Not this ongoing trend of a franchise that's continuing. Rank every single film, but this one was recently added. It's lazy. So like I said, it's nothing personal against nobody. Nothing personal against nobody. It's just the idea. Again, I'll support anybody. I support anybody with their reviews, trailers, lists, you name it. I support all that stuff because that's great fun content to look at. I just can't stand rankings. I admit I did a ranking a long time ago on all Pixar movies that came out in 2016. So then I realized, oh fuck, I gotta do this shit all over again. I'm gonna delete that video actually because it's a waste of my time. Like I said, if I want to do a ranking, I'll do it when it's necessary. Not only when it's necessary, but I'll do my own type of rankings if I come up with some sort of idea. So, with that being said, you won't really see any ranking videos on this particular channel unless if it's something interesting. So, that's that. I'm not one of those people who does rankings for an ongoing franchise. I'm not that type of person, and I refuse to be that person. So with that being said, you won't see that type of idea happen unless it's something interesting. So with that being said, that right there is my top 5 flaws I have with the YouTube film community. I was just speaking from the heart. I was speaking with common sense, trying to present myself the best I can, at least with my own thoughts as pop out of my head. I don't have a transcript. I don't happen to have a fucking. I have nothing with me because the thing is, when I do my videos, majority of the time, all my shit is just natural. Yeah, I admit I look at a script. I look at my notes sometime for a film review because that helps me out. But I like keeping my shit at least unscripted, original, and just being me. That's it. So with that being said, that is all the shit. That is right there is my top 5 flaws I have with the YouTube film community. I hope to see more videos like these because the thing is, I like hearing people's perspectives of the pros and cons they have with a certain community, whether it's movies or video games or music or wrestling and all that stuff. JD from NY206, he's always given his flaws that he has with the wrestling community in a lot of his videos, and I love hearing what he has to say because he speaks nothing but the truth. But that's that's the wrestling community. But again, I'm just speaking my thoughts if I have with the YouTube film community. At least I have as an overall general statement. And if you again agree, disagree, whatever, don't matter to me. I just came on and I just wanted to speak exactly how I felt. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this. You will definitely see some content coming out. It'll be some reviews that is going to be not only good shit, but funny, sarcasm, sense of humor, all that other stuff. You'll see a lot of good shit happening on this page. I just got to find the time to upload this shit. I've been filming. Again, I just got to find the time to film it when I'm not fucking busy. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed this, and ciao for now.